Some messages, you don't read fast. You stop. You go back and read the line again. And then you wish you hadn't. This one came with no warning. Just a name. Daniel. He said what happened to him started with a car accident. But he doesn't think the thing that came home was just a memory. These are his words. February 4th, 2021, Highway 22 near Salem, Oregon. I was doing about 60, cold out, road was wet. Rocky was in the passenger seat. He was quiet, unnaturally quiet. He wasn't looking out the window. He was looking at me. The sound came from the front. The tire blew. The car swerved, hit the guardrail, flipped. Everything happened in seconds. I remember the sound of bone hitting metal. I remember glass cutting into my skin. I remember screaming his name. When the car stopped rolling, his head was tilted at an angle that wasn't right. His eyes were open. His mouth was half open. And his tongue was out. But it wasn't moving. I didn't hear him whimper. And that's what haunts me. They told me at the hospital he died instantly, but I swear, right before I passed out, I felt something touch my hand, like his paw pressed against my fingers. I got out 3 days later. The house was cold, not because of the weather, a different kind of cold. I set my keys down, waited for the sound of him running toward me. It didn't come. First night, 2:17 a.m., the sound of drinking. Clear, metallic, repeated. I knew the rhythm. He always drank fast. I sat up in bed, listened. It went on for 5 seconds, then stopped. Suddenly, I went to the kitchen. His bowl was full to the brim. Not a drop had moved, but the floor around it was wet. Little circular marks, like from a tongue. At this point, most of us would say it's grief, a brain trying to compensate for loss. But listen to what happened 2 weeks later. I started waking up almost every night at the same time, between 2:13 and 2:20. I'd hear footsteps in the hallway, heavy, slower than Rocky's. Once, they stopped right outside my bedroom door. The door was closed. I heard breathing, very close. Then scratching. 3 slow scratches. In the morning, the marks were there, deep, from the inside. I started smelling it every night. Wet fur, but stronger, older, like it was coming from something that had been in the ground a long time. March 22nd. I wasn't sleeping. I was staring at the ceiling. 2:23 a.m. His bed suddenly sank. Not a shift. It sank like there was real weight on it. I saw it with my own eyes. The fabric compressed. The wood underneath creaked. Then the howling started. Low, mournful. "Rocky," I said it out loud. The howling stopped. Then another sound started, trying to copy it. Wrong pitch, longer, deeper. Something was learning the sound. I tried to stand. My legs didn't respond. I fell to the floor. I was paralyzed. I could only move my eyes. I heard movement around me. Something circling slowly, sniffing. It stopped at my head. I felt a cold nose touch my face. Then a tongue, but longer than I remembered. It dragged slowly across my cheek. The smell of a mouth. not from a living dog. The smell of old meat. I cried. I couldn't make a sound. Sudden pressure on my chest. Heavy weight. Heavier than Rocky. I heard a bone crack under my knee. I didn't scream. I couldn't. Then a sharp feeling in my shoulder. Teeth. Not a full bite. A slow push. Like something making sure I was still alive. Warm blood ran under my shirt. The howling came back, close to my ear, and the other sound. Closer. 2 breaths. One I recognized. The other, slower. Longer. Unnatural. Then, I felt something being pulled from my mouth. I didn't understand, but I tasted blood. Darkness. I woke up with the light. I was on the floor. My shoulder was bleeding a little. 4 clear punctures, too big to be from a dog, and next to my face, a fang. Large, broken at the tip, just like Rocky's fang had broken 2 years earlier. But this one was covered in something black at the root. I picked it up. It was warm. In that moment, I heard a retching sound behind me. I turned. His bed was no longer empty. It was fully compressed. Then it rose slightly, then compressed again, like 2 bodies wrestling on top of it. A howl mixed with a very low growl. Then suddenly, silence. Daniel ended his message with just 1 line after that. I left the house. I didn't take anything. But before I closed the door, I heard footsteps running toward me from inside. A dog's footsteps, and others behind them. The heavier ones were faster. I didn't look back. And since that day, every night at 2:17, I hear scratching on the door of wherever I'm sleeping. 3 scratches, then a howl, followed by a sound trying to copy it, getting better every time. If you wake up tonight to a sound that's too familiar, a sound you've been missing, think carefully before you open that door, because some things only need you to call them by name to let them in.